देखे क्रिकेट टीवी जहां मिलेगी क्रिकेट की सारी बातें, जहां जोश भी है, जहां होश भी है, जहां क्रिकेट है, आओ देखे क्रिकेट टीवी।
Namaskar and welcome to Cricket TV. I'm Hitvi Patel and joining us as always are our analysts Nikhil Morsawala and Narayan Pasari. We are looking back at the opening clash of IPL 2026 between Chennai Super Kings and Rajasthan Royals. This one was not close. CSK put up 127 on board and Rajasthan Royal chased it down in 13 overs. This was not just a bad game for CSK. We are seeing deeper issues with CSK, are we not, sir? Nikhil, sir.
कभी कभी कोई भी टाइप ऑफ इंटेलिजेंस काम नहीं करता। आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस, नेचुरल इंटेलिजेंस, ह्यूमन इंटेलिजेंस, मेरे ख्याल से सभी ने बोला था हाई स्कोरिंग मैच 180 200 और इट वाज बैक्ड अप बाय स्टैटिस्टिक्स, बैक्ड अप बाय परफॉर्मेंस, बैक्ड अप बाय प्लेयर एनालिसिस, बैक्ड अप बाय वेन्यू एनालिसिस। लेकिन जो होना है वो होना है। अब मुझे लगता है कि सॉर्ट ऑफ इम्प्लोजन ऑफ द सीएसके टीम, फर्स्ट आउटिंग, all brand new characters around. So it takes time for them to come together as a team, I think. And even the foreign players are new, good in their own right, like Matthew Short and Matt Henry, who are actually match winners. Jamie Overton, who did his job as an all-rounder. I think he was the highest scorer in the team. And I think Shivam Dubey, थोड़ा सा मुझे लगता है जब शिवम आया 5 डाउन या 4 डाउन या जो भी था, he hit 1-6. There was no need to go after Jadeja. You know he's a great bowler. You know he's a smart bowler. You got your job done. You hit 1-6. You need to stand there for the team. I think that impulsiveness which is there sometimes, which Shivam Dubey shows, a lack of match sensitivity. There's something called match sensitivity. You must be sensitive to the situation of the match and not just try and play an instinctive game. But यहाँ पे I think the match turned there. Had Shivam stayed, and he's a great accelerator and a great scorer. And I think there was Karthik was there, and one of the key players was there on the other end. If they both had combined, then I think there was a chance of getting to 170, 180, at least 170. That's nonsensical shot that he hit for no rhyme or reason to an ordinary ball and then getting out caught at the boundary line. I think these are things. If the captain has to be strong. I don't know how Ruturaj Gaikwad is going to give him a dressing down, or Mahendra Singh Dhoni from his perch in the dressing room is going to do that. But from a senior, experienced player like Shivam Dubey, you don't expect this. He's a seasoned campaigner. I think the match was lost there. And then what do you say about Vaibhav Suryavanshi? I mean, we'll come to that.
Narayan, sir.
So what I saw was that CSK struggled significantly on a moist, bouncy, and overcast conditions pitch in Guwahati, because there was some rains in the last 5-7 days over there. तो एक मेरे को लगता है पिच पे बहुत फर्क पड़ा है. And the CSK batters, they failed to live up to this challenge of this condition. देखा जाए तो you see Sanju Samson, you see Ruturaj Gaikwad, even the other batters like Ayush Matre, Sarfraz Khan, even Karthik Sharma, 14.5 crore में जिसको लिया गया, they also did not survive at all actually. So besides Shivam Dubey, as Nikhil mentioned, the game was lost when the four wickets went in the power play. They were 41 for 4 in power play. तो गेम वहीं एक्चुअली खत्म हो गया था. लेकिन हो सकता अगर शिवम ने पहली गेंद पे छक्का मारा, उसके बाद में 2 बॉल उन्होंने फिर भी खेले और फिर वापस, जैसे निखिल ने कहा, वापस मारने गए एंड ही होल्ड अप इन दी ऑन दी रोप्स, बेसिकली पकड़े गए. देखा जाए वो. बट you should also compliment the overseas pacers, Jofra Archer and Nandra Burger. They dismantled the CSK top order. So they use the English pitch conditions, usually what they have basically. उन्होंने use करके उन्होंने बहुत अच्छी बैटिंग करी. And if you see Burger's early wickets of Samson and Matre, that got him the player of the match award. catches over there, you know. ये तो अगर वो जेमी एवर्टन 43 नहीं मारता, you know, और वो 94 for 9 थे, तो ये बिलो 100 आ जाती है एक्चुअली, देखा जाए तो। थोड़ा बहुत तो इन्होंने आगे एक्सलेट करके बस 127 तक गाड़ी पहुंचाई एक्चुअली। सो आई थिंक देयर इज लॉट टू बी डिस्कस इन द सीएसके कैंप, उनको देखना पड़ेगा। अगर आप देखोगे ना तो लास्ट ईयर ऑल्सो देयर मिडल ऑर्डर फेल्ड most of the matches,
Yes.
and that is why they reached to the bottom of the table actually. So ये इनको एक early warning मिल गई है पहले मैच में, so I think they will keep, now they will all think over it and then come up over there, you know, basically. Hetvi.
But देखा भी जाए तो पावर प्ले स्ट्राइक फॉर सीएसके वाज अराउंड 110, 120, 115 के कुछ बीच था, और
हम्म
राजस्थान रॉयल्स एट 200 दे वर प्लेइंग, सो आई थिंक
हम्म
इंटेंट भी मिसिंग था उनके एंड से।
हम्म
निखिल सर, or
Yeah,
was it
coming
Rajasthan,
to
coming full blown?
yeah, and I think there's not much of a, I think, change in the team also. You have a Sanju Samson going in, the Ravindra Jadeja coming in, but largely speaking, there has been a continuity in the team, and I think that helps for when you get on the ground to act as a team of 11 and not be individually good players. Uh, Jadeja is a team man anyway, so it doesn't matter in which team he is, he mixes well. So I think that rhythm you could see when they were bowling, that rhythm you could see when they were batting, and the camaraderie, the body language, the attitude, the ease with which they were playing, it all showed there. In CSK, you could see exactly the opposite. They were still struggling to find their way. And I think somewhere Ruturas like Gaikwad is not a very dominating captain. Sometimes you need to do that. You can't be, he's like a Sanju Samson. He's an easygoing captain, unlike a Mahendra Singh Dhoni or a Virat Kohli, or who else can I talk about? But there are captains who dominate and who Hardik Pandya, who have their very, very set mindset, and they tell, do this, don't think, do what I'm telling you. I think Ruturaj Gaikwad is not that type of a captain. He's more that easygoing. But that doesn't work sometimes. Sometimes if you need to bring people together, you need आपको वो एक domination, आपको दिखाना चाहिए कि मैं स्ट्रॉन्ग लीडर हूँ, ऐसा मत करिए, ऐसा करिए, ऐसा करिए, ऐसा करिए. So वो जो एक I think missing piece है, शायद महेंद्र सिंह धोनी plays that role as that non-officiating captain, which I always say is there. And unfortunately, he was not there on the field yesterday, so he could not do that. But I think they need to act together individually. Very good players. I think they have a fantastic team. Ayush Matre was unlucky yesterday, I think. And if you see the matchup between Matre and Suryavanshi, both playing for the same under 19, both having performed well in the last 1 year. Matre was unfortunate and see what Vaibhav did. He did what he does best, right? 51 of 17 or 52 of 17 at a 300% strike rate. And I was watching his innings, and I stopped watching after some time. There's no point, right? Everybody knew what was going to happen. So, but that first 4, 5, 5, 6 overs that he was playing, clean hitting. I think one or two mistimed shots where he could have got out, but largely speaking, clean hitting. And I think that sort of sets him apart from being just a slogger to being a good batsman and playing every ball on its merit. He needs to control his impulse a bit, because against top class international bowling he could fumble. But otherwise, I think great talent to be nurtured, and he showed yesterday. And of course, Yashasvi Jaiswal has matured. I could see that yesterday. He was not flashing. He was not hitting. He was not. That's not right. That's not true of the captain, Rian Parag. He hit one very, 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 very. I don't know what to call it. A very strange shot, reversing
Yeah,
his bat and put
correct, correct.
and hitting
Yeah.
the six,
Reverse flick. Yeah,
reverse flick. And I think the situation allowed it, because even if it had
yeah,
got out, it wouldn't matter. You were almost there. But these are all impulsive things and show off things, that see what I can do. That it's a thing that you want to show कि देख मैं ये कर सकता हूँ.
correct,
कैप्टन
correct,
को नहीं
correct,
करना चाहिए. लेकिन
correct.
चलो ठीक है, कल सिचुएशन ऐसा था कि आप वो रिस्क ले सकते थे. आगे
हाँ,
चल के उनको देखना है
हाँ,
कि ये सब नहीं करना है, हमें फ्लैशी
हाँ,
नहीं करना है, हमें कोई सर्टिफिकेट नहीं चाहिए कि हम
हाँ,
यूनिक प्लेयर है, आपको मैच जीतनी है. तो वो एक एक मेरे को ब्लेमिश लगा उसके इनिंग्स में. Otherwise, I think Jaiswal was a great batting performance, standing there, not rushing it, and letting Weber do his job. Vaibhav did his job. Jurel came, did his job, 19 of 6 or 19 of 7 or whatever, and then Riyan Parag and Jaiswal cleaned it up. So overall, I think a good performance. Riyan Parag should control his cockiness. He still got a long way to go. One victory, one battle does not a victory make for a war. It's a battle, right? He just made that one battle. So he needs to be a little cooling down, and I think it'll help to have Jadeja next to him. And what do you say about Jadu? 2 wickets in 1 over. When he comes, you feel so good when he plays, right? When he bowls, when he's so full of happiness, so full of vigor, so full of strength. And I think his addition to Rajasthan Royals has made them a very, very good unit. And I stand by my early prediction. They are there in contention for the top four.
Narayan sir, on
So
Rajasthan
if you
Royals.
so if you see all the bowlers used by Rajasthan Royals got wickets. Archer got two, Berger got two, Brijesh got one, Sandeep Sharma also got one. Bishnoi in 3 overs just gave 16 runs. And so he has a good control over and he is a very seasoned campaigner as far as spin bowling is concerned. And Jadeja, as you mentioned, he got 2 wickets. Coming to the bowling of CSK, Khalil was good. Khalil bowled 3 overs, gave only 17 runs actually. And Kamboj, though he was hit in 3 over 27, but he got those 2 wickets actually. So a lot of improvements required in this. Uh, and what to say about Vaibhav? 15 years, 15 balls, 304 SR strike rate. So except for one blemish which could have got him out, earlier. In fact, if you see most of his sixes, all the 5 sixes which he hit were all clean shots actually. There's nothing. Okay, it is at the fence or very clean hitters actually. And even if you see the commentators were speaking very high of him when he is taking those huge risks for hitting the sixes over there actually. And I will also compliment Yashasvi. He's matured a lot, and he gave enough space and enough balls to Suryavanshi to hit basically. Bowling strike rate उन्होंने अच्छा उन्होंने घुमाया. So I think it was good. RR exploited the overcast conditions. It was an English style pitch perfectly suiting their bowlers. And after all, see, when you win a toss, so a lot of things work on that toss also. तो वो टॉस जीतने के बाद में वो फॉर्म में आ गए थे. एंड आप पावर प्ले देखोगे उनके 74 है राजस्थान रॉयल्स के 0 विकेट में और इनके 41 रहो. तो देयर इटसेल्फ विल शो सेम स्टेज डिफरेंस और द मेन मीनिंग. गुड मैच, one-sided as such. RR in the big to reach the top four. Good style, good intent. Let's see how it works out. And CSK, so again, I think one Mr. MSD comes back into the game. I think things will change.
I think just one word on Khalil. I said in my pre-tournament comment that he was one of the most underrated bowlers of India, and he got overshadowed by Mohammad Siraj and I forget the other Mohammad
Prasidh
Shami.
Krishna.
The two Mohammad Shami and Siraj. And I think Prasidh Krishna also, yes. But Khalil, as a pace bowler, I think he's a good asset to nurture. He's still a good India prospect. And I think yesterday he showed his mettle in spite of the opposition having such fantastic batsmen in the lineup. I think his first over went only for 4 or 5 runs. He gave one singles and a dot ball, and I think that speaks a lot for his ability to exploit whatever is there in the pitch, whatever the situation. I think a talent to watch out for. भारत को देखना है, सीएसके को देखना है, उसको कैसे एक्सप्लॉइट करे, और ही इज गोइंग टू बी अ बिग एसेट फॉर सीएसके.
Yeah. So to sum it up, I think Chennai Super Kings are clearly in a transition phase. The intent to evolve is visible in the auction, but the execution on the field is still catching up. Rajasthan Royals, on the other hand, looks like a side that already understands the pace and demands of modern T20 cricket. 200 पार अभी चल रहा है जो ट्रेंड, तो वो उसको समझते हैं. And that was the gap that felt yesterday. Thank you for joining us on Cricket TV, all things cricket and more. We will see you in the next preview.
आओ देखे क्रिकेट टीवी, जहां मिलेगी क्रिकेट की सारी बातें, जहां जोश भी है, जहां होश भी है, जहां क्रिकेट है। आओ देखे क्रिकेट